Early in the morning, Joshua and all the Israelites set out from Shittim and went to the Jordan, where they camped before crossing over. After 3 days, the officers went throughout the camp, giving orders to the people. When you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God and the Levitical priests carrying it, you are to move out from your positions and follow it. Then you will know which way to go, since you have never been this way before. But keep a distance of about 2,000 cubits between you and the ark. Do not go near it. Joshua told the people, concentrate yourself, for tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Joshua said to the priests, take up the ark of the covenant and pass on ahead of the people. So they took it up and went ahead of them. And the Lord said to Joshua, today I will begin to exalt you in the eyes of all of Israel, so they may know that I am with you, as I was with Moses. Tell the priests who carry the ark of the covenant, when you reach the edge of Jordan's water, go and stand in the river. Joshua said to the Israelites, come here and listen to the words of the Lord your God. This is how you will know that the living God is among you, and that he will certainly drive out before you the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Hivites, the Perizzites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, and the Jebusites. See, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth will go into the Jordan ahead of you. Now then, choose 12 men from the tribes of Israel, one from each tribe. And as soon as the priests who carry the ark of the Lord of all the earth, set foot in the Jordan, its waters flowing downstream will be cut off and stand up in a heap. So when the people broke camp to cross the Jordan, the priests carrying the ark of the covenant went ahead of them. Now the Jordan is at flood stage during the harvest, yet as soon as the priests who carried the ark reached the Jordan and their feet touched the water's edge, the water from upstream stopped flowing. It piled up in a heap a great distance away, at a town called Adam in the vicinity of Zarethan, while the water flowing down to the sea of the Arabah, that is the Dead Sea, was completely cut off. So the people crossed over opposite Jericho. The priests who carry the ark of the covenant of the Lord stopped in the middle of the Jordan and stood on dry ground, while all Israel passed by until the whole nation had completed the crossing on dry ground. The people of Israel were walking into their promised freedom from the captivity which had held them for so long. The captivity meant they had been starved and made into slaves, because those who ruled them were afraid of their number. They had been promised that their destination was full of milk and honey, and would be finally their home. They had to walk there, but this walk was not an easy one. It would demand obedience, faith, and courage. The walk should have been a short one, but because of their rebellion, it had taken them many years to glimpse and walk into the promise that had been given to them. Before they proceeded, they needed to make themselves holy and acceptable to God. This meant that they crossed a sea into a desert and wandered there for many years. Now, their route demanded they cross a second body of water, which was the Jordan River. God does not do the easy thing. At the time of this crossing, the Jordan is in springtime. It's full and overflows its banks. It is cold as the water is full of melted snow from the Lebanon, and this obstacle stood before them. Their freedom would have to be won, but if they obeyed God, if they stood ready and followed his instructions and obeyed him, then they would be successful. They did, and the water parted. They moved forward and crossed. What drove them onwards was a promise made by God. And they believed and they understood that they knew that God always keeps his promises. The impetus was their remembered history. At one time they had freedom and did already inhabit this land that was before them. This time they would have to fight for it and regain it.